Welcome back. So AMD, let's have a look at the stock. So far today, pretty slow day, but for AMD, it was pretty flushing move right from the get-go. Stock was trading at 143, and from those highs, and it was gapping up as well, stock basically flashed 4% to the downside. Year-to-date stock is down 6.5%. And we covered this stock a couple of days ago, I believe. I think it was somewhere around here. I was talking about the flushing move and then possibility of the stock slowly grinding higher. So it was doing pretty fine up until this moment today, but I don't know what was the headline. I wasn't watching. Probably SMCI or not SMCI, TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. Maybe that could have impacted, but overall, if you just take a look at the heat map of S&P 500, you can see it was not only Nvidia or AMD. Nvidia was the only one that managed to close 0.6%, but you can see everything else on average declined 2%. So AMD was 2.5%. So what I'm watching from here for semiconductors and particularly for Nvidia, AMD stock. So this is going to be very straightforward, very simple one. We're not going to dive into the why this stock is in a downtrend, why this stock is, from its highs at the moment is 35%. Technically speaking, in a bear market, technically speaking, in a downtrend. But we also have this support trend line. If you take a look at this from 2022, where it made a $54 low, and you can see last year we have done this pullback rally into the year end and beginning of the year and beginning of the 2024 pullback rally, pullback rally, pullback. And are we gonna get another rally all the way to 155 maybe, 160-ish, 200-day moving average? That's what I'm watching. So unless this stock cracks below 130, 131-ish, then I would be watching this name to the downside. But downside levels would be 120. So, but right here, right now, I think it is forming a little bit of a negative divergence in terms of the MACD. Of course, I don't utilize those things as much, but sometimes, some things work better than the other. But this is the moving averages. So if you take a look at this chart, I have a 200-day moving average right here at the moment, 160-ish, and 50-day moving average at 153. Stock is at 137. So basically, I'm saying, well, by the end of the year, we can see the stock at around 155, 158. So another 10, 15% rally from here and maybe manage to close positive for the year. But it is ugly looking chart if you zoom out, but ultra short term, even if you look at it ultra short term, if you just pay attention, to this price action, right? Just count how many green candles you see on this 2 month of a downtrend, right? So selling pressure every single day, right here, 2 green days, 2 red days, and 2 these green days was sold off again today with a decent, average volume, 32 million today traded again. And then you can see after earnings report, before earnings report, how much it was selling. So we know this is in a downtrend, this is in a bear market. But the only thing I'm looking at it, I was just comparing it to the IBM maybe. But IBM, of course, it's sitting near its all-time highs, but it had this pretty decent sell-off, rallied to 50-day moving average, rejected that 50-day moving average all the way into the expiration. And right here, it was kind of like trading at the same level as a bounce right here. And I was like, maybe it's going to crack. But it didn't crack, and it started pumping right back up. And if you zoom out, zoom in, maybe take a look at the 4-hour chart of the stock and pull up the MACD, you will see that as stock was making basically false signal right here, that MACD was forming divergence right here. stock was coming down, but it wasn't that too much of a sellers putting pressure at that point. And buyers showed up, and you can see that maybe this phase was accumulation phase. Okay, I don't know the mechanics details of the MACD, but it's basically anything that we look at it, any indicators out there from moving averages, everything, it's just based on volume, right? So negative divergence and stock basically takes off. And you could have predicted it. I mean, if you just played off of purely just trading off the MACD, you could have taken the risk of going long and then having a stop loss below 205. If it would crack, you would say, okay, no problem, I'm wrong, and you get out. But with AMD's case, I'm seeing similar action on a 4-hour versus in AMD's case, it's taking a little bit longer maybe. If you take a look at this 4-hour MACD right here, we have a positive divergence here, MACD, higher highs, while stock declining. Maybe is it a time for it to have us a little bit of a rally? And in general, if you take a look at the semiconductors, they're a little bit oversold. SMH, near its 200-day moving average. I don't think it's going to crack, but you never know. SMH, SOX, these are the indices. I mean, indexes I follow. SOX semiconductor index looks like this is below 200-day moving average. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's having a hard time with 200-day moving average actually. So, but again, I'm open-minded both ways, and these videos are not a recommendation for you to speculate and basically go out and lose money ultra short term. These are purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. So short term, I'm watching AMD for some sort of a relief bounce. Okay, it's not a bottom, but it's just a good support area that I'm watching here. Of course, today's price action was pretty ugly. If it if it has a follow through, takes out 133, then okay, I'll be watching it to the downside. But that's the update for AMD. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Peace.